cunt. Okay.
Oh shit!
Welcome back to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, Wrestling's Entertainment Champions. 5 titles on the line. A fatal 5-way that you didn't know about. And can the big man Moose bring back the Impact heavyweight title tonight? It's against all odds. The bad guys are here. We vibing.
Welcome to the hype show, baby.
It's hot back here. Y'all not getting burned with the shit?
Nah, baby, it's hot liquid man with my fire. That's what we got out here.
Man, that whatever he said is what it says. Y así viene sándwich, my man.
See, the pay-per-view is synonymous with the summer and the times. It's a hot boy summer, and everybody's going out there and fucking against all odds.
Fuck around against all odds and find out.
Well, we're gonna start hot and heavy, man. We're gonna start hot and heavy is right.
Let's talk about hot and heavy.
Oh,
Jimmy, where your pants? Where are them pants, yo?
Listen, all I know is that it's hot and heavy in the desert. That's why the camels be thirsty.
Okay. Oh my God! Listen,
be thirsty.
Listen, Tennille Dashwood has been on a search, on a hunting mission for a tag team partner. And yo, who wouldn't want to recruit Rachel Ellering at this point? Have you seen the talent? Have you seen the fun she's having out there in this ring right now? Like she's having the time of her life, and now she could do it with Tennille Dashwood. But Jordan Grace is not having it, fellas. She's saying, She's working out hard and heavy in the gym right now, training hard for tonight. We know, we've seen the evidence.
All right.
Jordan's like, I hit it first. You know what I mean?
She's talking aggressive. Yo, she is in it to win it. I think tonight Jordan shows what she's about. We keep the Ellering train moving forward. That's the storyline, right? So I can't see Tennille Dashwood winning this one, right? I don't think so. I don't think that makes sense. I think Jordan is just
the only thing to keep into account is that Tennille has taken many losses at this point. She's taken many losses. Last match she had was supposed to be one for the record, where one she had with the virtuosa herself, and unfortunately she came out on the losing end. So, how many more losses can Tennille Dashwood sustain before that would?
I love that you said that. Like I feel the same way, but the heel in me, I don't know. The heel in me is looking inside Rachel and just trying to find that inner heel in her. Because but maybe she shocks us tonight. Maybe she wants to team with Tennille. I don't know. Maybe she wants to change partners a bit.
You think it's a swerve? You think the swerve is in order?
I'll tell you this much. I'd be interested to see if she can pull off a heel, because I feel like I've only seen her as a babyface. Right? Okay. I think a change of character would be beneficial at this point. If she could pull it off. That's the big question. If she can pull it off. Can it be believable? And I'm sorry, but when your last name is Ellering, I'll put my money on you.
Big money there. Big gold.
You begging on the heel turn here, huh? That's an interesting development.
Because I already know the camels is coming, so
hey.
Shout out to the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Cameraman, the cameraman busy tonight, early,
getting canceled, baby.
Sabe. You already should know. Yeah. Listen, we've had fun each and every time we see a pay-per-view, when we see the X Division Championship up for grabs. Talk about that X Division, what's it called, Ultimate X match. Talk about Fatal 5-Ways galore. It's going to be a weekend full of Fatal 5-Ways. If you know, you know. But tonight, we're going to start y'all off with a crazy Fatal 5-Way. Talk to us a minute, guys. We got Josh Alexander defending here. Petey Williams, Trey Miguel, Ace Austin shooting the Ish alum, by the way. Chris Bay as well, another shooting the Ish alum. And Rohit Raju just doesn't go away, champs. He's not quitting. He's still in this shit, still in the mix. Who's walking out of here, champ?
So this match, this is once again for the number one contender to face Josh Alexander.
Oh, my bad. This wasn't you're right.
See, you didn't even have to say nothing. I was going right over it, baby. You good. But the question is, after Josh Alexander put on a hell of an Iron Man match, most could tell you a little bit more about that shit. But we need to see who is the person that you want to see up against Josh Alexander. Who's the one that could bring it? Who's the one that's going to give him the better match for this X Division Championship? I don't know. We got a Shooting the Ish alum in here that already has been a champ. and is destined for great things.
But are we going to keep him as an X Division guy? I know there's been rumors that they want to equate the X Division title to the heavyweight title. Is that because we're going to see a prolonged title reign by Kenny Omega?
So it's funny, old school, because we actually have 2 shooting the echelons in this match. So I don't know who you were talking about. I'm interested.
I'm talking about the dashing one.
Yeah.
Because the dashing one is a wonderful, wonderful choice because you also have the ace of the bunch in this match as well.
Fair enough.
So,
yeah.
But I agree with you, old school. I feel when it comes to Chris Bay, when it comes to Ace Austin, and even when it comes to Trey Miguel, like the way Trey Miguel was being booked recently, it looked like he was trying to be a main event picture. I feel like the X Division Championship will almost be a step down for him.
Yeah, I feel he's been here too many times. Don't put him back here. That little run got me thinking and got me hoping for more with Trey Miguel here.
This match worries me. It feels a little bit like rinse and repeat.
I like where old school's at. Let's keep it home, guys. Let's keep it shooting the ish.
Can we just real quick talk about what the odds of winning are for Petey Williams? Just
I don't know. Well, he does your favorite move in all of wrestling. The creator.
Does the Canadian Destroyer win the match?
It wins the match.
I think it opens the match. I think everyone's just gonna hit a collective Canadian Destroyer.
I think everybody is gonna hit Petey Williams with a Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, I think they can all do it too. So they're gonna hit them all with it.
Se murió.
Can't come back from that though. That's like a wrap.
It is a wrap. Oh man.
I don't know. But who is the person you want to see against Josh? Who do you want to see against Josh?
I like any one of these guys up against Josh, man. But if you had to gun to my head, give me Ace Austin, man. Give me Ace Austin. He could work a story. He could make it work. And I don't really. He can always. He's another one of those guys that you can always book him. You can always book him at the top.
And he has his henchmen with him, so you know. That always plays a little role. But I have to go back to as old school said, the dashing one. Because we haven't seen him in Josh Alexander before.
That's true.
Welcome, and I think it's time that the X Division welcomes the Bay Area, bro. Chris Bay. It's time.
Bingo.
It's time. It's time, and I think this is when it happens because Chris Bay is
for the percolator, baby.
Talent. And quite frankly, like if you're gonna book that X Division title, if you're gonna book the X Division as the title to have an impact, it's got to go through Bray. In this match, it's got to go through Bray. Bay.
Whereby.
Chris is your Bay.
Do we see him have a long title reign, or do we see him execute option C?
No, I see Josh Alexander successfully defending against any one of these guys.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So does that mean whoever loses to Josh Alexander, do they get the bump up?
Maybe so.
Okay.
Then I would see. I would like actually a Trey Miguel then if that's the case. I mean, get him out of here. This is probably the last hoorah. Then we see.
I mean, is his mother gonna be in his corner? Cause
hey, get mama in there. You know you need all the help you can get. Fuck it.
Hey.
Sammy Canahan's busy.
He's like that.
Busy, don't worry.
It's like
He's
that.
busy.
It's like that.
I like Google this shit.
Oh,
Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering are.
Who?
Jordan Grace and Rachel are gonna be busy tonight. Their beef with Fire and Flavor is over. But now on to the next, right? Kimberly and Susan challenging for the Knockout Tag Team Championships tonight. One of the 5 titles are for grabs. Talk to us, champs. Who you like here? You already know who I like. Don't ask me. Come on.
All right, ask. You got me. I bet. What's up? Who
Fire
you like?
and Flavor.
Have to be, right?
Who better?
How'd you like them when, you know, it depends. Like, who's in tag
when
team,
they're
who's
coming and going.
You know,
listen.
I love watching Fire.
I just can't see them not win against Kimberly and Susan. But I will say, there's an opportunity for Kimberly and Susan to get their shine. Because they have been in the shadows of the Virtuosa. They have been in the shadows of Jordan Grace. You know what I mean? And Ellering. So this is the opportunity for the tag titles. They don't have to win to get that shine. They don't have to win. And perhaps, some say when you go through the fire and flames, that your true colors come out. Can we perhaps see Susan come back and go away with this gimmick and come back to what we love?
So young?
Nah, that's not happening.
Hot take.
Nah, not in this match.
That would be dope.
That would be dope.
Sure. Nah, it's not.
There's only one way to find out though, and that's go to the damn pay-per-view, guys.
That's right.
You gotta get that shit.
Out. Get it now. Why are you waiting?
Get that shit.
We still got some time, I think.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button over at our YouTube and Twitch channel while you're at it.
You already know.
HBC2.
La música.
Look. Yeah. You can sit here and dream and hope about character switches, but let's move along, shall we? I think it's time. It's time that we sit here. When we sit here, we talk about this. Let's choose violence. Let's talk about Against All Odds and choose violence in our description of it, because if you want to see a match that's going to be hard-hitting, big time, then this is the match to see it in. We got Violent by Design against DK out here. How you feeling, champs?
Yo, Violent by Design, let me tell you, they completely changed. Everybody in that stable has completely done a 360, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of every second. I think Violent by Design here, they're doing what Undisputed Era did in NXT. No. They're gonna put it clean house in Impact pretty shortly.
I will say you have to give respect to the fact that Eric Young, this is not the second time recently that we've seen him take a collective group and elevate them, right? So you have to give respect, because Cody Deaner, another Shooting the Shalom, I've loved this switch for him. I've loved it. It's come at the perfect time, and this match could continue to elevate him. At the speed of the era, I wouldn't put him on that notch. I know old school.
Well, not prestige. You know, this is prestige, of course, but by comparison is what I mean.
This is EY's sanity. This is his vision for sanity that we were not able to see fulfilled in the WWE.
And remember, Sanity was dope.
With a better name too.
It was dope. Dope, and he didn't get to fully flesh it out, and it was still dope. So, absolutely, that's why I said this is the second time you see this. I would have to say, I would compare Eric Young's impact to the faction similar to what MVP's doing with her business, just elevating the people in the stable. You know what I mean? But this match in particular, man, this is an interesting one, because you got some fable folklore, performers with helmets and horns and shit.
Talk to me about the K, man. They look kind of scary. They kind of remind you of the Viking Raiders here, but a lot scarier and bigger.
Cuco number 1 and Cuco number 2.
Yeah, that's pretty much how they looked and were described in my childhood, just like that. Well, yeah, no chance though. The
one thing about this match that could be interesting. I mean, you're talking about Violence by Design, but then you're going up against Decay. So you already are talking about a tag team that is focusing on being decrepit. You know what I mean? Like, they have no morals, no values. They're not even human, right? Mm-hmm. So there's no rules. Like, they'll bite a motherfucker. Like, this is the shit that they do. The man has a fucking moose.
Well, not a moose.
Whoa.
I mean, maybe he does.
A bull. You know what I mean? Like, we don't. This could end up being crazy. This match could end up in a no contest. It could.
There will be blood.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, sure.
There will be blood.
Oh, for sure.
If not in this match, definitely the next one. Because Rich Swann, ladies and gentlemen, will finally get his hands on Will Morrissey. Y'all may know him from other genres and other tag teams in other companies. But that's not what we're about tonight. Tonight, we're about Rich Swann getting revenge. And revenge is sweet, right? I don't know this time around. You see the size of this man. Have you seen how he's looked?
You can't change
that. He's missed a beat. You could not teach him to do any of that.
He's in the best shape of his life.
You could not teach that. Morrissey looking really good. I'm glad he rebounded from whatever situation that he was going through. You know, that's none of our business. But what is our business is that he came in here, kicked Impact's door down, and really carved a nice match for himself here with Rich Swann. I think Rich Swann is going to take this L. And I tell you, because that is where I think his position in the company is at this moment. Just at this moment, he's a former heavyweight champion that needs to give legitimacy to some guy that just came in here that's really known as a tag team guy.
That's fair.
Unproven generally as a singles competitor, right? Because like, what you want to talk about? You want to talk about Daddy Bryan's run with John Morrissey? I mean, Will Morrissey? I mean, Cass? I mean, whoever he thinks he is. You know what I mean? So, I think Morrissey takes this match. I think it's important for a character development standpoint for him to have this W. You know, I think Impact books it that way.
Mischief, you know, there's always a leap year. You know, there's always those exceptional moments that where I agree with you. And I would say this match to me reminds me a lot based on the potential that could occur for Morrissey, right? You look at a talent like Damian Priest in WWE and how he's been able to elevate. And for me, that started in NXT when he went up against Johnny Gargano, right? So Morrissey right now against Rich Swann. Who can sell better for Morrissey than Rich Swann right now? One of the top performers in Impact. I think this could be the match. Swann puts him over, makes him look strong, and we start to see the work that Morrissey can do in the singles run. I think this is the match that is the catalyst to him being in the main event picture. Do not be surprised if in the near future you are seeing Morrissey versus Moose for the championship.
I was just going to go to your point. Maybe we go with that direction since Moose is competing with Kenny. And then after he's done with Kenny, you can probably keep going with Morrissey that way.
Interesting you went that way, JP.
You know I'm an interesting man.
I mean,
prove it.
Dumb, but interesting. I can dig it.
Surfer boy.
Start digging, gentlemen, because I can dig this next match.
The
Knockouts Championship is up.
This match deserves a tongue lashing.
What?
Oh, you're so extra.
JP, talk to me about Rosemary, man. What's up? What's up with this match, Deanna and Rosemary?
Well, you have the virtuosa going up against the veteran, Rosemary. So you already know you're going to get a quality match because you have two women that can go in the ring. My question is, what else is brought to the table? What else is being brought to the table? That's what I want to know. What is Rosemary going to do to elevate herself to that level? To make it believable? To not look like Natty? What does Rosemary have to do to not look like Natty in this match?
Wow.
Oof.
Okay.
Not telegraph anything?
Hot fire.
Yeah. Don't do that to Rosemary. I don't think she's the
elder statesman of the
I mean,
Knockouts
she's Canadian
roster,
as well. I get that.
And she's Canadian, you know. Yeah. Just as the elder statesman that you can, you know, has been there, has worked with all of them, you know what I mean? Listen, Decay is in her corner too. She has...
Yeah, she has Decay.
You
I
know?
don't know if they're getting involved, though. You think they're getting
Why
involved?
not? They don't have morals. They don't have morals. Why wouldn't they?
Morals.
And then, you know what?
No
If they were to get involved, you know what that'd be a perfect opportunity for?
Mm.
For the Virtuosa's boo to come out. There's rumors about him popping up somewhere.
Steve Cutler?
He's already filmed his vignette. We've already seen the vignette of him coming in.
Yeah, I'm saying, what better opportunity to debut him, you know what I mean? And have him come out with the Virtuosa.
With all due respect, does anybody care about Steve Cutler? Does he have a following?
I'll tell you what.
Decay trying to do their work against Horizon.
Trying to bring him over babyface like that?
I mean...
Yeah. He may not have been cared about elsewhere. But when you take anybody, and you put them in a perfect situation, you get gold. And this I'm not saying this is it, but it could be it, because we've seen others from Impact how, like, we've not cared about, the Matt Cardonas of the world, pop out of nowhere this week, attack a certain legend, Nick Gage over here, fucking Dark Side of the Ring Hall of Famer. And we have gold, because there's something about a jobber that comes into a fucking a death match home and attack a legendary death match god like Nick Gage, and now people want death for Cardona. Like, are you serious? A jobber did this to you? Perfect time, perfect place.
And let's not forget, people love couples, bro. In the wrestling industry, every promotion has a couples matchup that works. And we're here questioning Steve Cutler, who really wants to see it. Well, when you have one of the hottest women performers in the industry right now, in the Virtuosa, if you bring him next to her, she has to be the lead, right? She has to be the lead.
Yes.
But he could ride on her coattails to something beautiful. We don't know. Let's see.
The man has the pedigree.
He does. He can go.
He was trained in a factory of monsters.
There you go. Remember, he is coming from an infamous place of not knowing how to book people. So I got to give everything with a grain of salt. I got to give him a chance. And if he comes in defense of the Virtuosa, defending his woman, that's the story that sells every time.
I'm with it. I think that's a one way to really liven the joint up in this match.
Oh yeah.
I'm with it. It's gonna get live.
I mean, it won't be Macho Man Miss Elizabeth, but you know what I mean? It's all good.
Old school.
That's a good story.
It might be more like Miz and Maurice. He's Maurice.
You mentioned monsters. Monsters will be a part of this next matchup here. My God, what can come of this? So we have the Good Brothers battling Sami Callihan and Tommy Dreamer in a street fight. I'm greedy, I'm selfish, so I'm pulling for such a story where somehow, some way, we're gonna get Sami Callihan and Kenny Omega. So I think this can start the ball rolling with this beef here. Get rid of the Good Brothers. Start a war, maybe get a title shot, bring the Impact title.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't know.
I'm with you. The Good Brothers don't need a win here. Like, it doesn't. I don't think that really helps their stock or hurts their stock to take an L right now. Like, they're just riding Bullet Club vibes. So it is what it is. Callahan could use this to springboard himself into the main event picture, right? Just like you're alluding to. And honestly, like, who are you going to see after Kenny Omega does what he does to moves? Who do you want to see? Callahan is a company man. Yo, he has been doing justice by that title since forever. Yo, look how he made Tessa look. Look at how he's made the title look when he's been champ. He's always like that guy knocking on the door. So if you really want to legitimize Kenny Omega's reign, particularly on the Impact side, Callahan is a necessity, especially with the history that he has with Don Carlos. So,
and I will say, if you like the work that Omega has done with Moxley, think about that in Callahan, right? Think about that in Callahan. And there's something that I love about, when it comes to partnerships and the influence, right? And the idea of, like, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? And why reinvent the wheel? And for this match, what I do surely hope is that it becomes a little bit more of a cinematic experience. Something a la Sting and Darby versus.
Are you trying to say that Tommy can't go?
I'm sorry?
Are you trying to say that Tommy can't go?
I'm not trying to say that Tommy can't go. I just feel like the cinematic aspect will add another element to what this match can be. Because how much of a sadistic character Callahan is and how crazy Tommy is, they're going to have to go crazy to be able to beat the Good Brothers. Does that make sense? Gotcha. So I feel like if you were to bring some cinematic elements, it would make the match that much better. And if you think about it, no other match on this card has that. Right? We just said this past Thursday on our show, the fact that a card needs to build an entire story. This is how you do it.
Wait, what show is that, JP? Are you talking about
Thursday Night Live, baby? You know what it is.
Award-winning
9 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's
Check
right.
us out.
Catch us on Twitch. Catch us on YouTube. Catch us wherever you can find us.
Catch us in your mom's underwear drawer. I might be under your mom right now.
You caught something. from that, Mom. I don't know if it was Anyway, let's move on here.
Gentlemen, we have another grudge match right before things get more interesting, if you haven't gotten already. Satoshi Kojima makes his Impact debut and wastes no time getting an answer to Joe Doering when he was challenged here. Let's get it popping. Talk to me about Joe Doering and Kojima here, old school, a little bit. What do you expect?
When you're talking about Joe Doering, you're talking about the bulk of his career being spent in Japan, being a former Triple Crown champion in All Japan. And when you talk about All Japan, when you talk about New Japan, when you talk about the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the first man to do all three is Satoshi Kojima. So you're about to see some hard, and when I say hard, I'm talking strong style to the Royal Road style that All Japan is known for. Caliber of matches coming at us.
Old school, you just have a tendency of just the Midas touch with your tongue, bro, with the things you say. Because that got me excited for this match. And I would say this is why this might be Joe Deering's best match at Impact to this point, because it's gonna bring it back to what he's used to, what feels comfortable for him, familiar for him. And this could be a show-stealing match. This could be the treat that we need for this against all odds. Because right now, many could say for these two individuals, they are against all odds at this point.
Against all odds, it can only be fitting here, champions. It can only be fitting. The main event.
Main event of the evening.
Big man Moose, big brother Moose, you are against all odds here with Kenny Omega and this freight train of hype behind him. I don't see it, but I will say this: if there's anybody qualified, if there's anybody on paper at least that can get me to watch somebody attempt to retrieve this title from this man's hands, it's gotta be you, Moose.
Well, I think that very similarly to what we talked about Sami Callihan, we're going to talk about Moose. And I think Moose is the stepping stone to get to Callihan for Kenny Omega. If you want to legitimize your title reign in that Impact company, there's nobody like Moose that has carried that company's shield. All right, talk about bringing back that TNA title, making it mean something, changing his physique, really like making himself. He's been in the main event picture for a very long time.
His attire's been acceptable.
So, honestly, like for Kenny Omega to really be legitimately considered like even a decent Impact champion, you got to do Moose, you got to do Callihan. They're the mantle holders there.
Get those. Yeah,
so is the feeling, is the spoiler / prediction that like we see Kenny standing in front of a fallen Moose asking who's next or who's left, and then out comes the worldwide Desperado?
Yeah. At Daly's place, no less. Let's not forget that Tony Khan made the deal. He cut the check. He wrote the signature that made this match at Daly's place. Not where Impact's going to be recorded, but where homeboy Omega calls home turf. Daly's place in Jacksonville, Florida. I think that's a giant thing to overcome. Maybe we get some Young Buck involvement. There's got to be some sauce added. Maybe there's a Desperado, but in terms of like affecting the outcome of this match, it's gotta be Omega. Omega is the man right now, and he's gotta be the man. And Moose better have a good outing, because if you're gonna be the mantle holder, if you're gonna be that guy that's gonna die on the shield for Impact, then you've gotta go with the greatest bout machine, right? You gotta make this a starred match in Meltzer's eyes. His crooked ass, cockeyed ass, stupid ass rating system. But you've got to make it a match that we can all be like, God damn, like Moose is that guy.
And this is Moose's chance, bro. This is Moose's chance at the spotlight. Moose is in phenomenal shape. The best shape he's ever been in his career. If only Baron Corbin could do the same, maybe I have a little bit more respect, right? But Moose, right now, over the last year, has earned my respect as a performer, in his character work, in his physique. And this is his shot to legitimize himself at the top. Because he was carrying the TNA belt for a long time, claiming to be a champ.
Yes.
And very well acting like a champ.
And that was putting in work. That was his dues and all of that. And more. Look at that. One thing's for sure, we leaning on Kenny. We're giving you the spoilers here, but you're not going to get no Joe Schmo main event here. You're going to get a banger. Moose will be, I would like to say, promoted here with what we're going to see here. And guess what? The road to Slammiversary. Slammiversary.
Eso mismo.
And I think big things are in store for Moose. And depending on how things go tonight, maybe it transpires to something better for Moose along for Slammiversary. Who knows? But the road will get hotter, and the things will get even more serious when main event time rolls around. But don't sleep on this show. Get Impact Plus. Get on Fight. It's almost 8 o'clock, guys. What are you guys doing? I know you're chilling with the bad guys, of course. What the fuck would you be here? Like, come on.
Load up. Get your drinks ready. Man, this is gonna be a banger top to bottom. Yo, every match is gonna be pretty dope. You know what I mean? There's no Brian Myers and Matt Cardona on it, so you feel good about it.
What a coincidence!
Feel good about this card. Nah, but it's really, I feel like the storytelling has been probably as good as it's ever been at Impact right now. So this is gonna be dope. Dope.
Definitely a must. That must see Impact Plus. You with the bad guys. The bad guys got you hyped. Don't forget it. PCF, tell them what to do on their way out, man.
Check us out on Twitter, HPC2Sweet, and on IG, HPC2Sweet _. And check us out on YouTube and Twitch, HPC2Sweet, Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and review. Hanging out with your favorite bad guys, Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots.
Y'all too solid.